everyone. Well, hot on the heels of my Kirby tradition arriving yesterday at the time of making the video, this box arrived. This has all the bits that weren't in the box with the machine. So with the machine I got the hose, if you remember, which is here. I got the broken extension wand and also got the handle for the hose. So there should be some other attachments in here. I've cleaned it up. I spent this afternoon giving it a polish. I've done all this by hand. It looks, I think you may agree, a whole lot better. It's not perfect. I think it needs a final buffing. I've not taken anything apart, but that's all done by hand. I've washed the bag. The bag is just slightly damp. Just wanted to show you it, but it's not quite on straight, I think. But it was quite a job getting that bag back on at the bottom here. I'm not sure if that bit's around the right way, so I'll sort that, but it's come up very, very well. I'm very pleased with the way that that's shined up. There should be some new belts in the box I'm about to open, but I do think it is rattling a lot, and I think that's down to the brush roll, because the motor sounds fine. So I will get a new brush roll for it, I expect. So yeah, pretty pleased the way it's polished. So let's have a look at these extra bits. I don't think there's any instructions, unfortunately, but I can look at the instructions for this on Kirby's website. Right, so here is a box that says Handy Butler on it. Oh, and that's it. A box that says Rug Renovator. Let's have a look at the Rug Renovator first. Ooh, quite used. Right. This will clean up okay, but it's very, very scratched. That's obviously a well-used crevice tool. It is a proper Kirby one because it's got the old Kirby branding on it. This is the spray gun, which I'm not, oh yeah, it's a bit stiff. Was it the Sudzo gun or something? That goes on there. There we go. Hopefully there's a nozzle for that. Let's just check if the hose, I think the hose should fit into this. Oh yes it does, there we go. So the hose fits into that, so there should be, it's useless without the nozzle, there's no nozzle there, hopefully it will have the nozzle. Oh, it's got a carry strap. I don't think everything's complete. I'll have to check the instruction book online to see what's missing, what I have to get. This is obviously the tube, I think, to the shampooer part. It's all a bit different. I don't think this has been used. It looks a bit sort of discoloured, but looking at that little filter there, I assume that that's original. It looks, I don't know, looks a little bit frayed round there. Keep filter clean, it says. Do not fill above this line. I'm sure it works on a similar principle. I don't know if I'm going to be missing some bits. Where's the brush? There should be a brush, shouldn't there? Ah, well, I'm going to have to check the listing, because I think, should this have a brush? This bit looks pretty unused, actually. I don't think that's been used at all. That obviously, I don't know much about this, but that obviously fits onto the front. And I thought it had a brush. Well, before I better check the listing. That's the, obviously that's the air intake that you fit to the front when using it for blowing. I think that is the, is that the nozzle? Oh yeah. Not sure if that's complete. Again, I'll have to check the online instruction book. Oh, there's that bit. I think that belongs inside here, doesn't it? That goes in there. So I think, or does it? I can't see how it fits. I'll check. I'll just put it in there anyway to keep it safe. I'll check the instructions. Some sort of a cap. Oh, that must be for the cap for the shampoo tank. Then I don't know what these are. Kirby Rug Protector Pad. Rug Renovator. I'm not sure where they go. I think I will print off the online instructions that Kirby have on their website so I can easily refer to them. And there's that bit, don't know what that's for, but it must be for this because it's the same glue. There's another Rug Renovator Rug Protector Pad. What on earth is that for? Right, I think that's it for that box. Should there be another brush for this? I think there should. I've seen pictures. Well, I'll be complaining to the seller if there's some bits that are missing. Right, let's have a look at the handy butler. So we've got some genuine Kirby Bags, look, but in an old... Yes, it is genuine. Looks like an old packaging though, doesn't it? There's something in there, I don't think that's anything. So some 2 genuine Kirby Bags. Hopefully you can get the newer higher filtration bags to fit this tradition. Now here's some bits for the handy butler. That looks completely unused. That looks like it's a... I don't know if it's lamb's wool or synthetic. They used to use a lamb's wool for these sort of buffing pads. So that's that. Now, this... Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's some bits missing. There's 3 of these, whatever they are. I think there's some sort of feet for something. But should there be 4? Oh, we've got, what's this? A Kirby, oh look, some Kirby bag brush rolls. Oh, they're cheap, aren't they? Oh, it's got USA and Canada prices on there. That's no good to me. It'll be no good to you in USA or Canada either, because these prices will have certainly gone up. If you want a brush roll unit for the tradition, it will cost $12.60 in the US, or in Canada $18.96 plus sales tax, $2.50 postage and handling. And then there's an order form here. This one is in British sterling. So let's have a look. Brush roll for the tradition will cost £10.60, a little bit more than that now, about 3 times more than that. Power cable, $18.95. Got floor wax for £5. 32 ounces of suds, £5.20. 12 ounces of scuttle spray, £2.50, whatever scuttle is. And 3 belts, £2.10 for 3 belts. I think they're at least over £10 for 3 belts now. They're low. Oh, Centre Ground Base Limited, 84 Park Street, Luton Beds. Kirby order form, please keep safe. They've kept it safe. There's a belt, which is good, because I could do with putting a new belt. Well, the belt in it isn't bad, but there's a genuine belt there. This is your household's best friend, Handy Butler. Caution, this power extension shaft is for use only on the Kirby Handy Butler. All power extension shafts revolve at very high speeds. Caution should be used in their operation. So this, I believe, it's not like an air-powered tool. This is actually driven by the motor using that other gubbins. Ooh, look at that. I don't think that's used. I expect there's a lot of unused handy butlers. When these were bought brand new, they were probably thrown in and says, oh, we'll throw this in, you know, free of charge, blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever used them. That is certainly, doesn't look, I don't think it looks used. So this bit, there is a belt in there, and this bit obviously fits onto the front when you take the cleaner head off, and then you've got the same sort of belt lifter thing. So it's a belt driven. So that's a shaft there that rotates, and you must attach this end this end attaches to that. So then this bit will rotate at high speed, and you put the various attachments. Anyway, this is, for any of you interested, this is a model 2579HB. Caution, keep hair, well that's no problem for me, keep hair and loose clothing away from moving parts. Wear eye protection. For safe use, see instruction book. So that will fit on to the front when the doodah's off. Oh. I'm going to check the listing, you know, because I have a feeling that this person has not put everything in. Because, right, well, it's got three rubber cups. So there is supposed to be 3 rubber cups, which are these. There's no sanding discs. Fine polishing stick, coarse polishing stick. But they see this is useless in this state because there's nothing to fit onto this, is there? There should be something. I will check the listing. I'll check it now actually. Well, I've just had a look at the listing and it does appear that everything that I've got was pictured. But obviously I had no idea what all this is or what it does, so I didn't know. But somebody is selling, I think, a complete set for the Tradition on eBay now. But they want £75 for it. I will have to look into that. It might be cheaper to buy that set than try and get all the bits I need. This obviously is, as I said, I'm sure this is pretty useless without the actual part that you attach the pads to. I need something to attach that to. Something obviously fits onto the end there. Again, I'll print out the instruction book. But this obviously, and I think that rug renovator should have another sort of brush on it, as far as I can remember. But anyway, the machine itself, I paid too much for it, really. I know people can get Kirby's for, you know, a few pounds, but if they're willing to collect them, a lot of Kirby's are listed on eBay and the collection only, and I can't really collect stuff. And I don't really go to car boot sales, so I really have to pay a premium, unfortunately. So I'm assuming, so that fits on like that. Oh, hang on. I don't know if that's going to, no, I think I need to do something with the belt, but look, you can see how that fits on there. So the belt, once it's on correctly, the belt should go over the shaft. Then this part, oh, assuming it, oh, it's magnetic. That's odd. Can't just fit like that, surely. Unless, no, is it that way? I don't know. Is it that one that goes in? No, that can't be right. No, I'm pretty sure it's, oh, hang on. Anyway, I'll work it out. Hopefully I'll get all the bits that I need. I know you could get used to be able to get a jigsaw attachment for this. The earlier Traditions, I think, had that. But because this is a 1981 model, I think they stopped providing it. I'll need to sort that belt out. I don't know how you put the belt back on if you need a new belt on here. I think you have to undo it. Oh, that's it. I think that would be... I don't know. It's best if I check the instruction first and see how that works. So a little bit disappointed. Obviously, I think the rug renovator is missing the brush. The handy butler is obviously missing bits. So basically, a lot of useless parts, really. But never mind. There we go. That's it. Anyway, I spent this afternoon polishing up my Kirby by hand. Now I did use Mother's polish. I was recommended Mother's. But what I did actually first to get it this shiny, I used Brillo pad. But it's like wire wool impregnated with some soap. I'm sure you get Brillo pads in the USA as well, but they may be called something different. They're called Mr. Muscle now in the UK, but they're just wire wool with some pink detergent in. So I initially cleaned up everything with a Brillo pad. Then I used the Mother's polish, and it was taking ages and ages. I kept reapplying, buffing it off, reapplying, buffing it off, and it was still dull. So then I got my Peak polish out, which is a polish I've used for other things, and that stopped it being dull. The Peak polish worked much better in this instance than the Mother's. I think the Peak is a little bit more abrasive than the Mother's. It feels a little bit more gritty, but it feels so smooth now. But to finish it, to give it that extra sheen, and to ensure that every trace of the Peak polish was removed, I used some of the car wax. I can't remember, what was it called? Anyway, some car wax polish. Auto Glim, that's it, Auto Glim. I used some Auto Glim on it to finish it off, and as you can see, it's done quite a good job. I don't think I've put the bag on quite correctly. I think it needs to be moved along. It's still damp to the touch. But I washed it in the machine. I washed it inside out on a wool cycle, but then when I turned it the right way round, it was still a little bit marked. So then I washed it on a gentle cycle with it, not inside out, the right way round. So that has more or less restored that bag. So I'm pretty pleased with the way that bag has cleaned up, and you can tell it's a very thick and quality bag. I'm just disappointed with the cable being a bit curly. I can get replacement cable, but it won't be blue. That's the only trouble. I haven't cleaned up the wheels yet. That's one thing I haven't done. But all in all, you know, it's come up very, very well. I think if you compare it to how it looked in the unboxing video, it was pretty dull. But it's amazing. A little bit of elbow grease, and you can have it nice and shiny. It still needs some work on the sides. I don't know, something was spilt on it. I've managed to get it off the front nozzle. It looked like some sort of glue was spilt on it. Took me quite a while to get that off, and there's still some remnants there where something's dripped down. I need to give some lubrication to the height adjustment. I haven't cleaned underneath really either. I did clean the brush roll, but I do think that needs replacing. I know there's some screws, and I'm sure they're to adjust it either side here. Again, I'll check the instructions, but I think I can make that come up a bit more, so give a bit more life into that brush. But it's all cleaned apart from the wheels and the underside. You know, if I was to really be bothered, I could take this apart, but I haven't time at the moment. But it's, oh dear, I've just noticed. I thought there was some bare wire showing. It's just something I've not wiped off. But I think you'll agree, if you've seen my first video on this Kirby, it looks a lot better. So a new brush roll in this, I think that's all I really need to do, and a bit more polishing. Just need to reposition that bag. I might take it off actually. I was trying to dry it out by turning the machine on for a bit and letting the warm air help to dry. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with the Tradition. It goes well with my G7 Ultimate G Diamond Edition, which is here, which I'll actually still needs a bit more polishing to really finish it off. There's quite a scratch there, which I'm a bit disappointed with. But also I will do the old car polish trick after I've given it another polish, because I think that will just finish it off. But I have been using this as my daily driver the past few weeks, and I much prefer this one, I have to say, to the Tradition. When I first got this, I didn't like it at all. I like it more now it's shiny, but I don't know, there was something that spooked me about it. I know it's odd, but it was next to my bed last night, and I thought, oh, I don't like that so near to me when I'm sleeping. I don't know what it was about it. Whether it's cursed, I don't know. So I had to move it. But now I've spent some time polishing it and cleaning it up. It's become a bit more my own now. I've got rid of the dirt from somebody else. Whoever's dirt was in it, I didn't like that. But yeah, but I much prefer the later Kirbys. Even before I got any Kirby, I've always preferred the looks of these. I think it was from G3 onwards, that this sort of style of Kirby I much prefer. And I like using this. I've tried this out briefly. Obviously with the new brush roll it won't rattle and it'll probably be better, but I don't like the feel of it when I'm using it somehow. Can't describe it. You'll know what I'm talking about, some of you. I prefer the feel of this, to be honest. A lot of you all watching will prefer the older Kirbys, I expect, and don't like the newer ones. But for me, despite its bulk and its weight, obviously the Tradition is a lot lighter to lift. I prefer this. I like using it. That's the thing about some vacuums. Some vacuums might perform very well, but they're not very nice to use. But I actually like the feel of using this vacuum. It does sound weird. Well, it won't sound weird to a lot of you. To some people watching it might sound weird, but it just feels like it's doing a good job. But it's not the sort of vacuum you can just rush with. It's a vacuum you need to take your time over. But you know, really, it is doing a good job of cleaning. But anyway, so 2 Kirbys. I've got, I don't know, I'm not in a rush to get any more at the moment. There is another model, maybe, I think it's a Legend I'm after. Is it a Legend? Can't remember. There is one with a red bag that I quite like the look of, just the fact that it's got a red bag, and it will look quite nice against the blue bag of the Tradition. And of course I would like a later model than this, but I'm not going to spend a fortune. If I can get a cheap Centria or even an Avalier would be great. I mean, I've seen some nearly new Avaliers, but you know, they are still quite a few £100. So I don't know. But yeah, this one will be stored away. This one will be used from time to time, especially for cleaning up pre-shampooing and after I've shampooed a carpet. Just once a month I might get this one out. But after the novelty's worn off, I'll keep it so I can get to it. It won't be stored away, but it's not as easy to whip around the house as a lot of the other vacuums I've got. Okay, so if you've got any help or tips on Kirbys, please let me know, especially on the Tradition. But as I said, I should be able to check the instruction book and see what I'm missing, and hopefully there'll be further demonstrations of, well, there will be demonstrations of both these cleaners. I'll certainly be using this for shampooing and doing other things with it, showing the sander attachment, etc. There'll be all other videos coming up, shorter videos. I'll just do sort of maybe midweek video, little extra videos for you. Thanks for watching. Please thumb up, please comment below as I said, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell icon and you'll be notified immediately when I upload a new video, and also you'll be notified if I decide to do a live video. You should receive an email straight away when I go live. So until the next time, I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.